मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यासध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युधस्व विगतज्वरः. So today we shall be discussing Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, verse number is 30. This is one of the most important verse of this chapter, and this is kind of the essence of the Karma Yoga, Yoga of action. So if you can understand this verse, practically you can understand the whole Karma Yoga and act perfectly in your life. What Krishna is saying, therefore, O Arjun, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desire for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. So few things Krishna is saying. The most important thing is that surrendering all your works to me. We have to work for God. We have to work for Krishna. When we work for Krishna, it means whatever duties we have, we do it in order to please the Lord. O Lord, you have given me this task of a student, of a father, of a mother, of a teacher, of a countryman of this nation. Similarly, there are so many duties which are attached with us. So we consider them as duties provided by the God. It is His work. So that attitude. Plus, this is one way. Plus, whatever we do to please the Lord. There are many things which gives pleasure to Lord, like helping devotees, glorifying devotees, singing His name, so many activities. Navda Bhakti, remembering the Lord, considering ourselves as servant of the Lord, praying with Lord, devotional prayer, of course, no material hankering, etc., only spiritual development. So these kind of things gives pleasure to Lord, especially when we help devotees, help living beings. That gives a lot of pleasure to Lord. So first, we have need to work for God, because that is our prescribed duties. And number two, we must have a good knowledge about the spiritual sciences, especially about Krishna. You see, Krishna is the peak of all spiritual or material. He is the topmost reality. Mata parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. Mai sarvam ridam protam sutre mani ganayava. Krishna says there is no truth above me. All the spirituality culminates in understanding that Krishna is the supreme and we are his servant. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate vasudevam sarvamati sa mahatma sudurlabha. After many births, after many pious deeds, after many blessings, one comes to understand, his understanding reaches this point that Krishna is the supreme. So when we understand this point very nicely to the core of our heart, then we waste no time to surrender unto Krishna. So we have to learn about Krishna, because when we know more about Krishna, our faith will deepen more and more. When we see sun, we should understand it is an eye of Krishna. It has evolved from Krishna's energy just to provide light to this universe. Similarly, when we see moon, we must understand that these moon rays are so soothing, and it nourishes the vegetables, and it gives taste to vegetables and power to medicines. So this is all Krishna's powers. When we see mountain, when we see earth, when we see ocean, when we see beautiful birds and colorful flowers, fragrance, and the whole universe is actually the work of God. It is His painting, which is so alive. When we see mother, her love for us, our father who are very responsible for us, innocence of a child, shyness of a girl, all these beautiful traits and ability to do hard work, persistence, and there's so many innumerable qualities. These are all works of Krishna. So when we have a good understanding, then our appreciation for Krishna will increase more and more. So we have to gather knowledge about Krishna, and this knowledge is specially given in Bhagavad Gita. And fortunately, we are studying that great book. And in Bhagavad Puran is also a Vedic text written by Vyasdev ji and spoken by Sukdev Goswami, and it was initially spoken by Lord Shiva to Parvati, and this is also known as Amar Katha, the story of eternity, or one who hears this story, he becomes eternal, he gains eternal life. So this is what God is saying. We should know about Him, and we should not expect any material gain. We don't want material gain to fulfill our material desires. So free from any kind of proprietorship. This is not our place. This is God's property. So we must consider it as God's property, and leaving all kind of laziness, we should try to love Krishna. We should try to serve Krishna. That should be the goal. So this is the essence of Karma Yoga. Thanks for listening. Hare Krishna.